Welcome to Leashes for Life 2020. We're so very glad you've taken time to join us tonight. We've got an incredible program lined up for you, and we're looking forward to adding value to each and every one of you over the course of the next hour. My name is Jay Johnson, owner of J2 Servant Leadership, a training company here in the San Antonio area, and it is my privilege, my honor to get to serve as your MC for this year's event. Now, I believe I'd be remiss if I began any other way than without first acknowledging the fact that 2020, well, it's been a year like no other in our lifetime. COVID has created many disruptions and challenges for all of us, yet we felt it was extremely important that this event go on. Now, it may have a little bit of a different look and feel to you all this year because we're bringing it to you virtually. But we chose to do that because your safety and well-being is a priority to us. But the reason it was important that we continue on with this mission is because we know there's still tremendous need out there. And I believe you understand that as well, which is why you are joining us this evening. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We're so glad you're here. We hope you find it a rewarding experience, and we hope that this charity is one that you will continue to support in the future years. If you are the individual or the organization that's been with us for many years and maybe even from the very beginning, I'd like to first say how much we deeply appreciate and express our gratitude for all that you've done for us, all that you continue to do, and we look forward to partnering with you in the future years to continue to support this worthwhile cause. This is our 5th year hosting Leashes for Life, our annual fundraiser supporting Daisy Cares. You're going to get to learn more about Daisy Cares in a minute as I bring up a video where you'll get to hear from the founder, Amy Gordon herself, as she shares a little bit about her story and her heart and passion for this cause. But right now, I want to tell you about an event that has a time limit on it. We have a virtual silent auction going on right now, and we're only accepting bids through 9 p.m. Central tonight. And I want to tell you how to get out there so you can see all the incredible items that are up for bid so that you can get involved in the action. Here's how you'll find it. Go out to charityauctionstoday.com. Once you get on that website, there's a search bar. In the search bar, I want you to type Leashes for Life. Hit enter, and when that page loads, you'll find only one event currently ongoing by that name. It will say Daisy Cares 5th Annual Leashes for Life. Click on that link and it will take you to a page where you can see all of the items up for bid and you'll get to get in on the action. It's a great way to support this cause and a great way to get some really nice things as well. We hope you'll support us there. It goes without saying that events like this don't just happen without the generosity and support of others. So I'd like to take just a brief moment to acknowledge and thank some of our top sponsors. We'll thank all of our sponsors before the evening's over. But coming in at the Rebella Daisy sponsor level, I'd like to personally thank Denise Pride, MD. Thank you, Denise. We really appreciate your support of this event. Also at the Rebella Daisy level, Daisy May, and she's supporting this event in honor of her cat, Clancy. At the Shasta Daisy level, we would like to acknowledge down on the farm, Scott Hensley, MD, the Azalea Torres Living Trust, the VCA Animal Hospitals, and Hill Law Firm. And at the Gerbera Daisy level, we'd like to thank the law offices of George Salinas. Thank you all so very much for your generosity in supporting this worthwhile event. Are you ready to learn more about Daisy Cares as an organization? Then please join me right now as we watch a video introducing Amy Gordon, the founder, sharing a little bit of her story.
Daisy Cares was started in 2009 when my dog Daisy became sick. She overnight started having grand mal seizures, so we drove her that evening through the night to A&M and got her there at maybe 3 or 4 in the morning, and she had another huge seizure and went into a coma. They would tell us that, the odds were dropping, that she'd come out of the coma, and that it didn't look good. I'm not a religious person, but I prayed and prayed to God that He would save her and promised that I would spend the rest of my life saving animals. They very cautiously let her come home with us a few days later. The minute we got home, I kept my promise. At this time, people weren't able to feed themselves, much less their animals, and the surrender rates were outrageously high. And so what I found is the two areas that were not being addressed at that point were veterinary care and pet food.
Working in San Antonio, this is the first time I've encountered a program that would help provide assistance for a client on a fixed income like this. The needs of our clients can vary, and how we can help them with that can be giving them multiple options for care and treatment. So they may not be able to do everything, but they may be able to do parts of that. And we can also offer them varying levels of medications and options there.
The vet care program really evolved into something that to me was that I couldn't have forecasted.
I'm on dialysis. I had kidney failure, and it has become a financial strap at times, and in need of having Jax taken care of. I came to Daisy Care, and they took care of Jax's needs. Well, Jax had a problem with his ears where they had become very infected from allergies and swimming. And Daisy Care took care of it. As you can see, he is much more comfortable.
I created a program called Project Kindness. And it was really reaching children in schools at a young age, under 18, that could, through art and other projects, experience kind of the joy of, bonding with an animal.
So we're at Daisy's Barn, and we're hosting a Project Kindness presentation. The purpose of this presentation is to teach kindness to kids through hands-on experience with sheep, goats, and chickens. It's located at the San Antonio Food Bank, where we also learn sustainability and education through their farm and garden.
What we do here specifically is we like to acclimate kids to the livestock industry from a young age, and for adults we like to do a lot of education more in the sense of livestock judging and how to get into the livestock industry.
My name is Gladys Cornelius. I'm a volunteer. I'm the coordinator of the pet food pantry. Central Esperanza helps with the dog food for the lower income people. We cover a wide area of people. I've seen the community, how they've responded to this. They just can't believe somebody would give dog foods, because they can get food and stuff, but they can't get pet supplies. And this is great.
My name is Katharina Harper. This is my best friend, Jack. It's my first time here, and I'm thrilled because my circumstances have changed. You wake up one day and your kids are little and you're married, and then the next day you wake up and it's not like that anymore, so you have to do some things for a while to get back on your feet. It's not it's a swallow your pride thing. I'm not thrilled to be up here, but everybody does have a downtime in their life, and so that's why people like you guys, I'm thankful for it, the volunteers and all of that.
We say this is where the miracles begin.
Be an advocate for Daisy Cares by spreading the word about our programs for those who may need us or those who can help get donations through the door by visiting our social media and website. Our social media is at Daisy Cares for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And our website is www.daisycares.org. So spread the word to your friends. We're happy to get as many donations through the door to help keep this going.
Don't you just love that story? I always love hearing from Amy herself. Amy, thank you for your vision, for your passion, for creating Daisy Cares to help all of our pets in need. If you're anything like me, everybody, when something touches my heart, from the standpoint of a charity and I choose to get behind it, I always want to be able to see the impact of how my donation is actually helping. So if you will allow me right now, I'd like to bring up some slides that show some statistics on how the donations are making the difference out there in our communities. Let's go to the slides. To share with you just briefly the impact that's being made from your donations, the generous donations of everybody to Daisy Cares. And I want to be able to show you all the years, but I'm going to kind of focus on 2020 only, but we'll provide you the stats for all. In 2020, there has been 535,000 plus pounds of food that have been donated, and 505,000 plus of those pounds have been distributed, impacting almost 117,000 pets. You want to talk about making an impact? There's your evidence. When we go to veterinary care, there have been 68 veterinary care grants distributed in 2020 alone, and you can see what the grants have been over the previous years also. And then finally, when we're looking at the education and we're talking about Project Kindness and PAW Edu courses, Project Kindness has conducted 35 education courses this year, and PAW Edu has conducted 129. This is tremendous impact, everybody. It's all thanks to you, and this is why your assistance and help is needed, because there's still more to do. Now you get to see the benefit and the impact that you're making by your donation. All of the pounds of food given, all of the grants that have been awarded to help people with veterinary care for their pets, as well as the education classes that have been going on over the years. I think if we were in the room together this year and not just virtually, it would be something that we would be raising our glasses on and toasting. Well, you know what? There's nothing that says we can't do it virtually. So grab your glass, whether it's filled with water or whatever beverage of choice. Let's just first toast to a successful year. Let's toast to the many years of success in the past and to the many years of success yet to come. Hear, hear. Okay, continuing on with our program. You know, we've got some really fun things teed up, and it's my opportunity right now to introduce you to a few of them. I'd like to introduce you to Justin, one of our chefs out at the San Antonio Food Bank. Justin is going to share with us a really nice cookie recipe. And then I'm going to introduce you to Anna, who is our virtual bartender, and she's got some great drink recipes that you're probably going to want to try at home. Here's Justin and Anna.
Hi there, thanks for joining me. I'm Justin Sparkman, a chef at your San Antonio Food Bank. Today we're going to be doing a nice, easy recipe that you guys can do at home that's perfect for the holidays. This is a treat for the humans, not for the pets, so keep that in mind. But if you'd like to find some interesting recipes, tasteofhome.com has a decent collection of holiday treats you can make for your pets. So the recipe we're doing today is going to be a simple cookie recipe. We're utilizing sugar cookies, some pistachios, dark chocolate, and some sea salt. It doesn't get much better than that. And we'll go over the ingredients here real quick, and then we'll talk a little bit about our chocolate, how we get it to the consistency and texture that we want. So for the cookies, I did some homemade sugar cookies. If you don't make these from scratch, don't worry, I won't tell anybody. So you can buy pre-made or bake them yourself. I like to do them slightly soft, but it's up to you on your preference. The other ingredient we're utilizing are some pistachios. And again, with these, you can go the easy route and buy them already pre-shelled. And all I do with these is toast them in the oven at 350 degrees. They take about 8 minutes or so, and then we let them cool off completely before we utilize them. Another ingredient that we're using is some flaky sea salt. This adds a nice texture on the cookie and also a little pop of salt. Everybody loves that little sweet and salty component. The other ingredient we're using is some chocolate. Now I've already melted what we call couverture chocolate, which is chocolate that you normally temper whenever you're doing chocolate work. So I have that melted, but this is just some bittersweet or dark chocolate chips that have soy lecithin in them that actually helps temper the chocolate. It's not really tempering, but it gives you that crunch of the chocolate when it finally does cool. And it's a lot easier than having to go through the tempering method. Okay, so what I have over here is just a simple double boiler. I've got a pot of water. It's just been slightly simmering, if just under simmering. And then I have the melted chocolate on top of it. So this is the best way to melt chocolate so you don't burn it. If I just tried to melt it in the pot, I have the chance of burning it on the bottom of the pot. Well, once I get my chocolate melted, what I'll start doing is I'll start adding in some of these chips, and they'll just start slightly melting, and you'll start to see as you mix it and the chocolate begins to cool off again that it'll thicken up on you. And what I look for, you don't really need a thermometer or anything like that. What I look for is I touch the bottom of the bowl. It should be just slightly cooler than body temperature before we start utilizing it. Okay, so we're just about there, and I've sped it up just a touch here. So it takes start to finish about 7 to 10 minutes to properly melt and temper your chocolate. Okay, so once we get it cooled off, okay, we'll set this aside here. Oh, another key, I always try to remember and have a towel whenever I'm melting my chocolate because the bowl will get hot, so keep that in mind as well. So we'll bring over our cookies here. Okay. All right, so we've got our cookies and I've just got some spoons. We're just gonna do about a teaspoon of chocolate per cookie, and we're just gonna go right in the middle of our cookie, just about a teaspoon or so. And keep in mind during the holidays or any time of the year, if you're looking for catering, San Antonio Food Bank Social Enterprise Catalyst Catering is available for your catering needs. Any profits from Catalyst Catering go to our culinary training program here at the food bank, and that benefits those that might be homeless, disabled, have some disabilities, or they might be experiencing underemployment in the culinary arts. So always keep that in mind where your money can benefit when you're looking for some catering. Okay, so each cookie here. And if you have any chocolate left over, then you save it and you go sit down while these cool and put on a show and snack on the chocolate. That's always fun too. So we're going to take a little of our sea salt and we're just going to go right on top of the chocolate. You don't want too much because we don't want it to be overly salty. We just want that little bite of salt in there. Okay. And you can use any type of sea salt. This is Maldon sea salt. It's kind of a flaky sea salt. But even kosher salt works, or other type of sea salts that you like. Even more festive would be some colored salts like pink Himalayan, things of that nature. Okay, then we're just going to top with our pistachios. And you don't have to be very particular on how you do this. They're going to stick to that chocolate. And I like to keep the pistachios whole for this just because I prefer the way it looks. But you could also chop them up if you'd like to. Okay. Of course, pistachios are also a good heart-healthy snack too, and even better with the antioxidants from the dark chocolate. How about that? So one thing I like to do, because these are the chocolate's kind of centered in the cookie, I like to just give them a little bit of a tap so that chocolate will spread out just a touch. So you can let this sit at room temp. That chocolate will start to harden about 5 to 7 minutes, or if you're in a real hurry, you can pop it in the cooler for a couple minutes and you're good to go. And this chocolate, once it's set, it'll hold at room temperature. It'll stay nice and hardened and have that nice texture that you're looking for. So once you're done, this is what they look like. Beautiful dark chocolate and sea salt pistachio sugar cookies. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, I'm Anna, and I will be your bartender for this evening. So our first drink, we're going to start off with some Apple Jack Daniels, and we'll do about a shot and a half. And then we'll add in some cranberry juice, so we'll shake this up. And I don't normally measure, but I just put however much or however little you want. It's all up to you, your taste. And then once we're done with that, we're gonna give it a nice little swirl and you're set. Okay, for our second drink, we're gonna get this nice glass. And then we'll add in some champagne. Again, this will be all to your taste, as little as much as you want. Then we'll add in some cranberry juice. And then we'll top it off with a little splash of some club soda. And then I like to add a little splash of lemon juice. And then we'll top it with a little lemon garnish. Okay, and then our next drink, we will be using watermelon Red Bull. And you can use regular if you'd like. Again, I like to eyeball everything. And then after that, we're gonna add some champagne. And then we'll do a little tiny topper of vodka. And then you'll give that a nice swish or stir, and you're ready to go. Then our fourth and final drink, I'm gonna do the Blueberry Monster. Again, you can do Red Bull. You can use whatever flavor you like. Then we'll add a shot of vodka. Then if you have any fresh fruit, you can add some in. I'm gonna go ahead and add in some blackberries because that's what I had on hand. And then I finished it off with a little lemon wedge. And all of these can easily be made into mocktails with a little splash of like 7-Up or some ginger ale, just depends on what you have. But here are your drinks for tonight. I hope you enjoy them. Have a great evening.
Aren't those fantastic? I can't, I rarely miss a meal. I really love sweets, but I can't wait to bake up some of the cookies. And well, as you've already seen, I was prepared for the toast earlier. Justin and Anna, thank you so much for those great recipes. We truly, truly appreciate it. Well, I'd like to take another moment just to show some appreciation for all of our sponsors, who you are, what you do. It matters to each and every one of us, and I can't begin to thank you enough. So just giving you a quick shout out again at the Rebella Daisy level. Denise Pride, MD, thank you for your support. Daisy May, in remembrance of Clancy the cat. We really, really appreciate your generosity. At the Shasta Daisy level, we just want to recognize Down on the Farm. We want to recognize VCA Animal Hospitals. Thank you both so much. Scott Hensley, MD, the Azalea Torres Living Trust. We appreciate you all, as we do the Hill Law Firm. You all make this event possible. You're amazing. We thank each and every one of you. At the Gerbera Daisy level, we want to give a shout out and thanks for the law offices of George Salinas, as well as at the Marguerite Daisy level, we want to thank Penny and Harvey. We want to thank Poderosa Ranch, Go Fish Advertising, and we certainly do not want to forget Susie Davis and Karen Curry. Thank you, all of our sponsors, so very much for helping us make this event possible. Now, don't go anywhere because we have some great things coming up. You're going to get to see some videos on somebody who's personally benefited and received a grant to help their pet with veterinary care services. You're going to get to see one of our volunteers receive an award called the Sunrise Daisy Award, and I'm going to talk to you about what that entails, and then you'll get to meet this incredible volunteer. We're also going to get some updates on what's going on with the silent auction. I'm going to bring up a video where you'll get to meet some of our board members and hear why they're involved, and they're amazing people. This organization is led so very well. And then we're going to just close up today by revisiting how everything's going in the silent auction, and we're going to share a video from one of the client stories out of the New Braunfels Food Bank. Now, listen, I'm an animal lover, everybody, and I wanted to get involved with this charity because I have a heart for animals. And, I lived in Alabama in the early 2000s, and I had a Labrador that I often referred to as my very first kid before my daughter was born. And my Labrador's name was Cheyenne, and she was about, I guess at that point, somewhere around 7 or 8 years old. We don't know exactly what happened, but she ruptured a disc in her neck, and she needed to get in and have that cleaned up in order for her to be healthy again. Well, needless to say, that's a very expensive procedure. Now, I didn't have Daisy Cares in my life then, but I will tell you that we did generously receive some support from some other places. And I want you to know that that's the opportunity you have tonight. You have the opportunity to get involved, to make a donation, whatever size that looks like, whatever you can afford. I made a $50 donation, and I'm going to challenge each and every one of you watching to match me. But if you can't do $50, do what you can. If it's a monetary donation, do whatever you can. If it's a food donation or a supply donation, please, we need you. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? See, I don't believe you're here by happenstance. I believe you're here for a reason. And I believe that you believe in this charity. And we're asking you to come alongside of us. If you're somebody who can afford a very generous donation, trust me, it will be well received. It will be used for the intended purpose. And we will come alongside you to thank and acknowledge you for your contribution. I shared with you earlier the impact all the donations are making. Please continue to help support Daisy Cares. Get involved right now tonight with Leashes for Life. Go on the daisycares.com website. You can find ways to donate and support right now. Go out onto the silent auction site, which can be found at charityauctionstoday.com. Type in the search bar, Leashes for Life, hit enter. It's going to pull up the only event going on right now by that title. You'll look in the left middle of the page, and it's going to say Daisy Cares 5th Annual Leashes for Life. Click on that link. You'll be able to see all the items that are available to bid on. You're going to have an opportunity to make a donation. Please join us, won't you? This is a worthwhile cause. There's tremendous need. As we know, lives have been disrupted by COVID. You can be sure that if things have tightened up for each and every one of us, our pets are innocent bystanders affected by all of it too. Daisy Cares, Leashes for Life, this fundraiser is an opportunity to help. I'm going to bring up a video right now and introduce you to a client story, somebody who benefited from applying for and receiving a veterinary care grant. Enjoy the video.
If Daisy Cares wasn't there, my cat probably would have been passed on. It was that critical where he needed and I needed to get the finances. So I do highly recommend it. What we do in the morning time is we get up, we open up the curtains, and we go to the back patio, and to get the fresh air, and we walk around and just do he's the first one up every morning at 6:30. I could be sitting there having a bad day, and I would be depressed. Sometimes, things just don't go, so well that day. He'll come up to me and he'll bump me with his head, he'll rub on me, he'll cuddle with me, and those are memories for me because they make me feel loved, and it makes my day. I saw Daisy Cares on the internet, and I needed some help with some bed costs, and that popped up. My cat was going in because he was having labor breathing. I received financial services from there. They helped me with the medication and the treatment. So far, the medication and everything worked well for him, so he's doing okay, but he's coming along. Do it online, and it's actually really easy. All you gotta do is submit the veterinarian's diagnosis. Daisy Cares gets back to you right away, and they call and you can check up on your pet, see how he's doing. I think that they come through for you.
Isn't that a great story? It's just one more way that your charitable giving, your donations go to help those who have a little bit of a need. And so please, I'm just going to ask you again, please give generously. You heard me just briefly talk earlier about my dog Cheyenne, who needed to have surgery for something extreme. Not all the needs are that extreme, but every donation helps a need. And we hope that you'll come on board. I'm really excited to bring up this next video and to allow you to meet Sarah, a volunteer who's being recognized with the Sunrise Daisy Award. And I thought maybe it would help you if I just share a little bit about what this award represents. The Sunrise Daisy Award represents the tireless effort, passion, and dedication of a volunteer who goes above and beyond in support of Daisy Cares. This is our inaugural award, and we are delighted to recognize Sarah Rudolph for her 3+ years of volunteer time and dedication to this organization. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Sarah Rudolph.
Wow, this is so pretty. Let me see if I can take it out.
Yay! Very cool. Oh, that looks awesome.
Beautiful. It says, in recognition of Sarah Rudolph, Sunrise Daisy Award for Outstanding Volunteerism with Daisy Cares.
Hi, my name is Sarah Rudolph, and I've been a volunteer with Daisy Cares pet programs. I have a love for pets, and when I started searching for my Girl Scout Gold Award project, food insecurity in pets became my focus. While visiting the San Antonio Food Bank, I found Daisy Cares. If people cannot feed themselves, they certainly can't feed their pets. This is especially true in our world today. Like myself, I found most people had never heard of Daisy Cares and all the good work they do. So, the focus of my Gold Award project was to increase community awareness, increase pet food donations, and introduce Daisy Cares to the local Girl Scout community. You see, Girl Scouts love helping their communities and especially love to help animals. I created marketing materials for Daisy Cares to use, including several small and a large display board. I also helped at community activities to get the word out more. I set up a partnership with a local pet store for donations, and I planned and hosted several Girl Scout activities featuring Daisy Cares. I am most proud of the youth patch program I developed and implemented. Any organized youth group can earn the special Daisy Cares patch by completing a Project Kindness presentation and doing a pet food donation drive. Information can be found on the Daisy Cares website under the Humane Education tab, and then look for Project Kindness. I raised the funds to supply 1,000 patches to get this program off the ground. I worked on my Go to Board project with Daisy Cares for 200 hours over 2 years. During this time, I was able to bring in over 5,000 pounds of pet food donations and increase community awareness of their services. Through this project, I earned my Girl Scout Gold Award and am very glad to have worked with Daisy Cares. They are a great organization to work with.
You have been contributing to Daisy Cares for over 3 years through your work in the Girl Scouts. And what you did really carried us through every Leashes for Life event, as well as throughout the year. Everyone loved to get the gifts that you would make for their pets. And it was just such a great contribution. And the fact that you kept coming year after year to do it really just meant the world to us. And it showed your dedication to the cause that we're supporting and to your community. You know, you're just in this, starting your journey in life, and you're already giving back to your community. And we just think it's fantastic, and we want to recognize that and say thank you. We want to encourage you to continue with your contributions to your community, whether it's here or it's at Texas A&M, however you do it, but just stay engaged and keep doing it, because people really do appreciate it, and it goes such a long way in the community.
And congratulations. I'm really proud of you, really appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Well done, Sarah. Well done. Congratulations, my friend. Thank you on behalf of all of us for all of your support and efforts at Daisy Cares. This program isn't able to do what it does without generous volunteers donating their time and being engaged. And Sarah, we are so proud of you. Congratulations on being the inaugural recipient of the Sunrise Daisy Award for 2020. We look forward to partnering with you and having you involved for many years to come, Sarah. And now I'm inviting all of you who are watching. We need you. Now's the time. You heard me earlier talking about now is the time. We'd love for you to go out to daisycares.com, the website. There you'll be able to get information on upcoming events. You'll be able to see all the different ways that you can get involved, from volunteering to making donations. And I just want to remind you, donating doesn't always mean monetarily, although it goes a long way. You heard me earlier talk about for every $1 that's donated, it equates to 10 pounds of food. Please get involved, won't you? But if you can't give monetarily, if you can't serve, if you don't have the time to serve, I want you to know that we also accept food and supplies. So go on the website, you can look for how you can support, and you'll see all the different locations, as a matter of fact, all around the San Antonio area where food and supplies can be dropped off. We're so glad you're here with us tonight. Now I want to just do a quick peek in. Let's go take a look at what's happening over in the silent auction. Let's take a look at what our donation totals are looking like. Well, we're just popping in here and taking a quick look over at the silent auction. You can see, a few of the items represented that people can bid on, and it looks like at the time that we're getting this all together, $1,700 approximately have been raised through the silent auction. And the update I received from one of the board members not too long ago indicated right around the $14,000 range for donations received. And we will bring you an update at the end of the evening. We thank you all so very much. And I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to where we land this plane tonight. But just know we're accepting donations year-long for this. All right, things are looking pretty good over at the silent auction and the donations that are coming in. But listen, let's not sit back and take it for granted. Please, right now, if you're thinking about giving, now's the time. And trust me, it will make a huge impact right now. Won't you answer the call? Won't you go on the site and offer to make a donation? Won't you place some bids on some really amazing items? It's my pleasure right now to let you get to meet and hear from some of our board members. So I'm going to bring up a video where you're going to get just a glimpse at some of these incredible men and women, the leaders that drive this organization, and a little bit of their story and why they're involved. Let's meet the board members.
Hi, my name is Courtney Cunningham, and I am the current treasurer on the board of directors for Daisy Cares, and I am super excited here to tell you about why I love Daisy Cares. Normally when you talk to a treasurer from a board, they're all about like, let's make that money rain. But I'm actually really excited to just talk about why I love Daisy Cares. And instead of it coming from just me, I would love to share the feelings from the rest of my lovely household. So give me a second to interview these lovely guests.
Little bit. Are you excited that your mom is a part of the board for Daisy Cares?
Yeah, she's super great. I love what she does for other pets, even though sometimes I yawn when she's talking for me. But I love what Daisy Cares does because, as you can see, I had an accident. And if other dogs have accidents, I hope that they get to stay with their owners, just like I got to stay with my mom. Even though I say she doesn't give me enough treats, even though she gives me treats every day, all day. And she hangs out with me all the time during quarantine, and I'm actually sick and tired of her. But I still love her, even though I sigh. But I love what she does because Daisy Cares is super important for San Antonio and the people of San Antonio.
See, and that's taken directly from someone who would have needed Daisy Cares if their parents were not able to afford for them. So I have another lovely person or lovely animal that would like to be interviewed as well. Let's go check on them.
Arthur, kitty meow meow. Are you pleasantly surprised with the things that your mom does for Daisy Cares?
Yo man, she does really cool stuff, and I'm sad that she gives my treats away instead of giving me all the treats all the day so I can be a bigger chunky cat. But she lets me have some treats, but I'm happy that other pets get treats too, because I would just destroy them like I destroy everything else.
My name is Eric Fisher, and I'm a board member for Daisy Cares and an animal owner my entire life. Our current pack includes Ellie, Sky, Django, and Dez. These lovable friends put a smile on my family's face every day.
Hello, I am Gavin Fisher. I wanted to do something for our community, and since my dad is part of Daisy Cares, I decided to skip my birthday party or gifts, instead raise awareness and collect food for Daisy Cares. Our community was certainly grateful, and I was happy to help.
We are so excited to be part of an organization that raises awareness, collects food, and helps with veterinary needs for our furry family members.
Hello from Winston, Lincoln, Lindsay, and all of our girls. We are really excited to have you all as participants today in Daisy Cares Leashes for Life. Normally, it looks a lot different, but we're so excited to celebrate. My furry friends have been so important to my family because they've kept us going during the coronavirus pandemic. They've brought so much joy and companionship, and we're really happy to continue supporting our families and furry friends across San Antonio by providing access to care and food and education to make sure that our loved ones are able to keep their families and their companions with them. So thank you so much from our girls and Lincoln, and there's more of them, and Winston's over there. We also have our peacock Theo and Cleo, who would like to thank y'all as well. Like I said, we're big animal lovers, and we're really excited to be a part of Leashes for Life.
Hi, I'm Amy Gordon, the founder of Daisy Cares, and I'm so excited that you're joining us tonight for our event. This is Tink and this is Bella, and they are the loves of my life, and they are one of the reasons that I am so honored and grateful to be a part of Daisy Cares. To me, Daisy Cares is about our love for animals, and it is to me a gift to be able to help people care for their animals during difficult times. Overnight, their circumstances can change, and that's where Daisy Cares comes in, because we help provide support to families so that they can continue to feed and care for their pets during these challenging times, because they are our best friends. And Bella here wanted to tell you that she feels very strongly about hoping that you will support Daisy Cares, volunteering to help us during our Project Kindness classes, where we teach kids about kindness to animals, or even volunteering at our barn at the food bank and learning about kindness to farm animals. But the importance is just helping us spread our message of love for animals and continuing to do amazing work to care for them so that they can be the best friends that they always are to families in need. Thanks again so much for being here with us tonight.
I so love their hearts. I love who they are. I love their cause. Many of them are personal friends. And I will tell you that who you hear on video only scratches the surface of who they really are. They absolutely care and believe in this mission. And we're so lucky to have them. And I personally, I'm honored to know them. I hope you'll join me in sending them an email, a note of thanks. And again, pledge to them your willingness to help in any way that you can. We're starting to approach the end of the evening, everybody, but I hope you won't leave yet. Stay with me. I'd like to tee up another video for you where you're going to get to hear a client's story in how Daisy Cares and the New Braunfels Food Bank has been an important part of their journey. I think you'll love this video. I'll rejoin you on the back end and we'll start to bring this event to a close tonight. Thank you all for being here. Please enjoy this next story.
I may be his caretaker, but you're helping me keep him alive. This is Max. Max is going to be 21 in 2 more months. He's a wonderful cat. He can still, even though he's 20 years old, he still jumps up on my lap. When I first started coming here to the New Braunfels Food Bank, I was concerned about my finances. And I was so grateful for the food that they were giving me. But I didn't realize that they also had a program known as Daisy Cares.
It means a lot for the New Braunfels Food Bank to have the Daisy Cares program here to help assist our families. The community here is very appreciative of all the dog food and pet food that we are to receive from Daisy Cares. It's an honor to be able to take care of those families. They come looking for services for themselves, but we also know that the pet is a family member.
Dealing with domestic violence and needing help with my animal. She's an emotional support animal, which I don't know where I would be without her. It's been very, very hard. The food that I've received from the food bank has been a tremendous help to keep my dog healthy.
This is her only companionship, it's her only friend, and so the ability to provide pet food and treats for her animal has been incredible. There's another gentleman that has 3 pets, 2 senior dogs, and he relies upon us. If it wasn't for Daisy Cares here and the ability to provide him dog food, there's no way he can manage taking care of those 3 animals of his. And so he loves them dearly, and you know they're a blessing to him, and they keep him motivated to get up. And without Daisy Care, that wouldn't happen. For all the donors and people that support Daisy Cares, it's very instrumental for us to be able to provide that.
What that did for me was take away so much stress that I knew I had not only the food for myself to eat, but also the food for my almost 21-year-old cat. And I can't tell you how grateful I am. The stress that it took off me. And he's really all I've got left. And he's somebody to talk to. I appreciate Daisy Cares' help and keeping my friend alive.
It's such a great story, isn't it? I mean, Louie is another one that's a personal friend of mine. All of those that are at the San Antonio Food Bank, the New Braunfels Food Bank, those that continue to meet need in our community. I so appreciate who they are. I'm saying to them right now, I appreciate who you are and what you do. You make a tremendous impact on my life personally, and it warms my heart to know that you're out there on the front lines, meeting need in the community day in and day out. You know, I remember when I first became aware of the fact that inside the food bank was this organization called Daisy Cares, meeting the needs out there in the community for pets. And I thought, well, why? If somebody was struggling, would they need assistance with a pet? But you already know the answer to that. And in my heart of hearts, I knew the answer to that too. But I'm bringing it to light right now because I don't want you to leave tonight's Leashes for Life event without this understanding. Pets bring such tremendous joy to us. They provide therapy to us. They love us unconditionally. We need them in our lives. It's not a matter of separating one from the other. When a family member, when an individual out in our community is struggling, and again, I just tie it back to this year has been unprecedented in what we've all endured. There has been an increase in need. People are hurting. But when they're hurting, it's not just that we're trying to meet their personal needs to help them get the basics for survival on their table. The last thing we want is for them to take the provisions that are intended for them to provide the nutrients and life-sustaining benefits of what they get for themselves. We don't want them to parcel that out to help that four-legged family member that brings them this joy, this happiness, this unconditional love, that provides them an outlet during times of stress and frustration and struggle. We don't want them to take those provisions intended for them and parcel it out to their pet. Daisy Cares meets a need by ensuring that those that have need get for themselves and receive for their four-legged kids, their other family member, and all benefit from that. Again, when we start thinking about the veterinary care service and these grants of $250, I've been there. I'm willing to bet you've been there too, if you were to be honest with yourself. And then to think about education, going out in the community, into our schools and helping educate the youth about the incredible programs we have under Daisy Cares. It's amazing. And I haven't even begun to scratch the surface yet on talking about the Paw Edu program, the program that talks about how to help people who may be neglecting animals understand that neglect is a form of abuse, and to give them options and ways to be better and to love bigger. These are all opportunities in front of us. And I'm going to ask you this favor right now as we get ready to close out. And I'm going to hope that you participate with me. I'm going to ask that you close your eyes and just listen to my voice. Please close your eyes. If you were to think back over the course of your life, if you were to think back to your youth, can you remember your first pet? Can you remember the name of your first pet? Can you remember all the times of sitting in the backyard or playing ball in the park or taking that pet for a walk? Can you remember that pet laying in your lap and gently purring? Can you remember that pet jumping on you with boundless joy and excitement every time you came home through the door? Can you remember that pet when that pet wasn't feeling well, but how you being by that pet's side made all the difference to it in the moment? Can you remember when you weren't feeling well and how it felt to have your pet next to you in that moment? There's tremendous need out in the world, everybody. If you can reflect back and feel how you felt in those moments, not only as a youth, but over the course of your lifetime, doesn't it make you want to help someone else who has need right now in their life to support their fur baby, their four-legged kid, their pet who is a family member? You heard me earlier tell a story about my black lab Cheyenne, who was, for all intents and purposes, our first kid as a family unit. I was deployed to the Middle East when that dog passed away. I had 12, almost 13 amazing years with her. I carry those memories and her with me today. Your donation, your contribution, you volunteering your time to support Daisy Cares, it makes a huge difference in the life of others. What if you're the one? What if by your participation, your support is the one time that it actually intercedes the life of another and changes everything for them, allows their pet to be taken care of, and allows the individual to get back on their feet? Now, what if you weren't to show up and help? If you were the one meant to intercede and lead them to that point, what happens if you don't show up? We need you. You can open your eyes now. I hope I didn't take you back to a place of any kind of hurt at the loss of a pet who's passed over the Rainbow Bridge. What I really intend to do is just take you back to get you to a basic understanding of what pets bring to each and every one of us in our lives. Now I want you to experience the joy and the satisfaction of making a contribution, a donation through Leashes for Life back to Daisy Cares to help someone else who has a need right now in their life. We can't thank you enough for being involved. We're going to peek over one last time. I'll take a live look one last time at what's going on over at the silent auction and the donation totals. This is an annual fundraiser. We need you now, but I want you to know that we're here always throughout the year, and your recurring donation makes a huge difference in the lives of people and in the lives of pets. From the board of directors, from all the volunteers, the staff at the food banks, the people that are on the front line watching out for us and those in our community in need, we offer our sincere thanks to you for participating in this program tonight, for sponsoring this incredible event, and for being there with us. And I'd like to close just by thanking our sponsors again. Our Robella Daisy sponsors, Denise Pride, MD, thank you so very much. Daisy May, on behalf of Clancy the cat, thank you so very much. Our Shasta Daisy sponsors, Down on the Farm, thank you. Scott Hensley, MD, we appreciate you. The Azalea Torres Living Trust, thank you so very much. VCA Animal Hospitals, thank you. And Hill Law Firm, we appreciate you so very much. The Gerbera Daisy sponsors, the law offices of George Salinas. Man, we appreciate you. Thank you for being here to support this event and us. And then our Marguerite Daisy sponsors, Penny and Harvey, Poderosa Ranch, Go Fish Advertising, Susie Davis, and Karen Curry. This event is impossible without you. Thank you for everything you do for us. Thank you to the volunteers. Thank you for being a part of Leashes for Life 2020. We look forward to being back in the room with you in the future, but just know this, we hold you close to our hearts. We love and appreciate you, and we look forward to continuing this journey with you. Be safe, everybody. We wish you the happiest of holidays, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.